Hello, my name is Tracy LaRose, and I teach science at Antonia Middle School in the Foxy 6 School District. You're watching the Leaders Art and Science Challenge, sponsored by the Twin City Area Optimist Club. I hope you enjoy today's experiment, and remember to stay curious. My first experiment that I'm going to do, the one for today, is called Oh My Stars, and you'll find out why in just a moment. So if you want to do this at home, I guarantee you have all the supplies. There's nothing that you probably don't have. You just need some toothpicks, wax paper, and water. So after you finish watching this, if you want to do this at home or with your I said your students, you're all homeschooling now. Welcome, you have students. If you want to do this with your children, you're welcome to do that. And here we go. So first of all, let me flip this around so you can see what I'm doing. All right, here is my box of toothpicks, and you can see that toothpicks are kind of brittle. So as I went to break some of them, I broke quite a few of them this morning. But you are just getting out toothpicks, regular old toothpicks. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna break them in half, but not completely. You wanna break them so that they're still attached. Let me put it over the black surface there. So they're still attached in the middle here. And you're gonna need 5. So I set up 2 so that I can have 2 of them going and you can see them. But this is how many toothpicks I broke in the process. So some boxes are better than others. All right. Oh, hi. Hi, Tamara. I'm glad you came to join me. And Zach, I'm glad you probably remember this one from middle school, by the way. So what we're going to do, after you break those 5 toothpicks, just like this, you're going to arrange them into a wagon wheel kind of shape. You know, like if you had the wagon wheel on the outside, this would be the inside shape. So I just have all of these toothpicks with their broken part in the center there. So you can take, oh, sorry, a little shaky here. You can take a dropper, and here's my little setup over here. I have a dropper, I have a straw, or I'm gonna show you that you can just, use your finger as a dropper as well. So I'm gonna take this dropper, and all I'm going to do is put a few drops of water right in the center here. Oh, it's okay, thanks. By the way, today I'm in my classroom just for this first one as I figure out technology, but after this, you're going to be watching me at home, probably in my kitchen or my basement. So if you're watching closely, you can see here the toothpicks are starting to spread apart just a little bit. Let me put a few more drops here. And then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and put a few drops on the other one. But like I said, you can actually use a straw. Just like we used to take the straw and do this, when we would try to get soda out of our cups and all of that. You can actually take the straw and just really quickly let go of a little bit of water. Oh, that one was a little too much. Or you can simply take your finger and you can get, drops of water coming off your finger if you don't have a dropper. So, I'll put just a couple more drops here and we'll just kind of watch and see what's happening. But I think now you can see why I call it Oh My Stars. So remember, those broken parts of the toothpicks were all stuck together in the middle there? And now as I'm putting the water on it, it's starting to spread apart. So if you think you know why it happens, go ahead and put a comment in there and I'll see if you're right as we're waiting for this to open up just a little bit more. And here's our other one. Those of you that were in my 7th grade class, let's see how much you remember. Okay, so you can see the toothpicks there. They have made the star. Oh, I don't see any comments. I guess I'll have to just tell you why it happens. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Violet thinks the water's pushing them apart. And you can see this one's kind of a wonky star. It's not a perfect star, but that's okay. And then the one over here looks a little bit better. That's why I did 2, because you never know what's gonna happen. Oh, Mia said the water takes up all the space. Okay, good ideas, good ideas. Why do I have it on wax paper? Anybody know? Okay, the water pushes the toothpicks apart. That's a good theory. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share some information with you. So first of all, we all know that toothpicks are made of wood, and wood comes from trees, and trees were once alive, right? Oh, I keep forgetting you guys don't. I feel like I'm talking to my students here, but you're not really here with me. So these are the questions I ask my students. So toothpicks are wood. They come from trees, and trees were once alive. Now, I did make a little whiteboard drawing here so you guys can see. Oh, let me just put that back there, a little farther away. So anything that was once alive is made of cells. So here's a comparison of an animal cell and a plant cell. Now the interesting thing about plant cells is that they have cell walls. So when the plant is alive, which is over here, it's full of all this stuff inside that makes the tree be alive. And then when the tree dies, when it's not alive anymore, it's that empty one that's on the right-hand side there. So inside these toothpicks, if you look really closely after you break it apart and you look in the very center, it's hard to see on the video, but you'll probably be able to see it at home. You can actually see those empty cells inside the toothpick. So what's happening is the toothpick is actually soaking up the water, and as it soaks up the water, it's trying to expand, and as it's trying to expand, it's spreading out and making that star shape. So each of these individual toothpicks are actually soaking up the water here, and they're trying to go back to that straight shape of the toothpick. So that is why the toothpick absorbs the water, but the wax paper does not absorb the water. So that's why it's on the wax paper, and that's what happened in our experiment. So if you have any questions, turn back around here. If you have any questions for me or want to know any more about this or want to try any different ideas, if you have any ideas for experiments, please make sure you put those in the comments. And